Hi and welcome, Jamie Hartley here, back again from Crossfader, and today's video we're going to be reviewing the brand new Pioneer XDJ RR all-in-one unit. This has just been launched by Pioneer and it's quite an interesting product because everyone's been holding out for a 4-channel RX2 or 4-channel version of their standalone unit. And what they've come out with is a smaller, more compact, still 2-channel version. So let's check out what this unit has to offer. The first part of this video is for anyone who is maybe not familiar with the XDJ RX system and is thinking about buying this product as their first piece of DJ equipment. We do a full walkthrough, I'll explain what all the features do and what they are, and then at the end of the video I'm going to put this up and compare it against the XDJ RX2, against the DDJ 1000 and some of the other products around this price bracket. I'll give you some of my opinions around this product, things that I think work well and things that are maybe shortcomings. So make sure you stick around.
The Pioneer XDJ RR is a 2-channel all-in-one DJ unit. Now what that means is you can use this unit by itself with just a USB thumb drive plugged in with your tracks prepared and analysed through the Rekordbox DJ software. You export it from your laptop onto one of these thumb drives, plug it in and then off you go. The unit does also work plugging into a laptop via the USB cable in the back, and you can use Rekordbox Performance Mode to unlock even more features or access your full music library if you don't want to put it all on a USB drive. Now let's look at some of the basic features that this unit offers. Nearly every piece of DJ equipment has a cue and a play button. A lot of these features are inherited from the CDJ 2000 Nexus 2 series from Pioneer DJ, so it feels very comfortable going from this onto a club setup. It's all laid out in a very similar fashion. Moving over from the cue and the play buttons, we've got the jog wheels. Now these are touch sensitive jog wheels, so if you touch the top with vinyl mode turned on, this is basically a scratch mode. The edge will nudge the track faster and slower. The grooves on the edge are really nice, perfect finger placement into those grooves. Turn vinyl mode off and it puts the nudge feature onto the top of the jog wheel. Another common thing seen on all DJ equipment are a 3-band EQ. These EQs, the low, mids and the highs, can be actually minus 26 dB or they can be isolator EQs if we change some of the settings in the utility. There are trim controls to balance the levels of your mix while you're mixing between 2 different tracks. There are also some sound color effects. Now a common one found on most DJ equipment is the filter, and it's turned on here and then activated on each channel. But there are also some other sound color effects to add other textures to your track while it's playing. The dub echo works post fader too, which is worth noting. And they're, as you would expect from something from the Pioneer DJ range, really nice clean sound quality. Moving on to some of the control features, we've got the tempo adjust here, along with a master tempo, which is also a key lock. So when we're pitching the track up and down using the tempo, you can either have it stay at the same key or pitch up and down. There are tempo width adjust buttons, so we can change it from plus or minus 10% to 16 to wide to get those really drastic tempo changes. You also have the beat sync features here and here if you decide to sync up your tracks together. Now let's look at some of the performance features that this XDJ RR has to offer. First of all, let me mention there is a quantize button that you can turn on and off here. You can change the value of the quantize within the utility from 1/8 of a beat up to 1 beat. If you're not sure what quantize is, it basically locks whatever performance feature you're using, whether it be cues, hot cues or loops, it locks it to the beat and the grid of the track that Rekordbox has analysed. This is something that you can either change the grid in the Rekordbox DJ software, or you can actually change it on the unit itself by holding down this pot here, and then you can shift it left and right if the grid's not quite right. To look through the performance features, I'm going to leave quantize on. First of all, the manual loop. We can set a manual loop by pressing the in and the out points to set an in point and an out point. And there we have a 4-beat loop. To exit the loop, you can press the button next to it. You can decide to re-loop that loop and jump back. If I exit that, we can also hold the in button to make an auto 4-beat loop. Once the loop's active, you can chop the loop up and down using these two arrows here. And double it. If we exit the loop, we can use these two buttons here to jump between different memory points. Now what a memory point is you can save a cue point. We set a cue, press memory, and it stores it in the memory of that song. If we set another one later on in the track, we can then jump back and forth between those 2 points and decide where we want to work from in the mix. You can also delete memory points if you choose to on the unit itself. This can all be done in the Rekordbox export mode too, so you can prepare your music on your laptop before jumping onto the equipment. Then moving down, we have these performance pads at the bottom. Now let me just make a note of saying that the performance pads are plastic pads with a click to them. If anyone used the original XDJ RX system, they feel very similar to that. They are different to the XDJ RX2, where the RX2 has rubber pads that don't click. So they feel slightly different, but they respond just as well. The first pad mode is hot cue mode, so you can set up to 8 different hot cues throughout the track. So these are points that you can jump to or work from. You can set them on the fly. Just note that the LED light underneath is always blue. You can't change the color of these LED lights, they'll always stay blue, but you can change the hot cue color that displays on the waveform on the screen. If we press hot cue again, it moves to hot cue 2 mode, which is the next 8 hot cues, to reach that full 8 bank of 8. If you want to delete any, hold shift and then work through and delete. The next pad mode is beat loop. This is basically an auto beat loop. On the top end, we've got a 16-beat loop and it goes down 8 for 2 beats. You can either hold shift or press beat loop again, and then 1 beat, half, quarter, and an 8. Press it again to undo. Slip loop is similar, but the track continues to play underneath. So if we hold any of the pads, it will loop that beat, and then when we let go, it jumps to where it should have been in the track. The two that aren't lit up here in the second slip loop 2 mode is a third of a beat and 3/4 of a beat. The last pad mode here, which is beat jump mode, allows you to jump through the track at different length intervals. So if we jump onto that mode, these end 2 pads will jump 2 beats left and right. These 2 pads will jump 1 beat left and right in the mix. If we press beat jump to go to beat jump 2, these will go 8 beats left and right or 4 beats left and right. So if you're playing a track, you could seamlessly jump 8 beats forward, and it doesn't sound too unnatural using that mode. If you set a beat loop, for example, we could do 2 beats. Let's go 2 beats. And then you could beat jump the loop, going back onto this mode. You could do finer increments. And you can get a bit creative with that, so you can start combining some of the different performance features. Moving on to the last of the performance features, we have a beat effects section down here on the mixer. Now these are inherited from the mixer, the Pioneer DJ DJM900 Nexus and 900 Nexus 2 range. We've only got access to 3, but there's 3 of the most popular to use. So we've got Echo, how to use it, put the slider onto Echo, choose the channel. We've got channel 1, 2, or master. So you can apply it to just channel 1 and then turn it on, bring the level up. And we can change the beat fraction using these buttons here, and that will show on the screen as well. The echo works post fader, so does the reverb, and then the flanger creates this sweeping effect. These are nice simple effects to use, but they're really useful when it comes to mixing. The last thing worth mentioning is that we have a master record button here, so you can record your set and what I'm recording right now onto a separate USB stick, and then you can just plug that into your laptop and have your set recorded straight away as a file. There's no messing around with plugging in external units. It's all done within the XDJ RR. Now that's how this unit works with USB drives plugged in, but you can also plug your laptop in via a USB cable and use the Rekordbox performance mode software. The license key actually comes with this unit, so you don't need to worry about upgrading the software. You get access to it all out of the box. To access this mode, all you'll need to do is click on the MIDI option here, and then just choose to load each of the decks into the unit. Now we can control our library on the laptop. We can scroll through crates and jump in. We could load in a track here. And it controls, shows up on the screen as normal, but controls the laptop. You have access to the hot cues as normal, beat loops. Slip loop isn't slip loop anymore, it's actually pad effects. Then press slip loop again, then you'll access some more pad effects. That was by holding shift and pressing slip loop to access that second layer. Beat jump as normal. And then if you want to unlock more of the performance features, you can see in the Rekordbox software, if I just click this drop down, there are all these other performance features here. Now you can't really do it just out of the box with this unit, but you could plug in external devices like the DDJ XP1, for example, from Rekordbox and Pioneer, and that will unlock the full potential of the Rekordbox performance mode. But it's still really nice just even to access those pad effects instead of the slip loop. There's some really cool effects that you can add in there to make them really tactile.
So there you have the ins and outs of the Pioneer XDJ RR. It's worth just mentioning before we move on to the comparisons between different units that the connectivity on this product. So we've got the XLR master out, we've got an RCA master out. We've also got an aux input, which is quite nice if you want to just run your iPhone or an external device and just play some tracks. There's only a volume control on the aux input, so nothing fancy going on there. You've got the mic input as well, and then on the front of the unit we've got a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch headphone output. But what's missing? The booth monitor output is totally missing from this unit, and I think that's a massive shock coming from Pioneer, because if you're going to spend the retail on this, which is about just over $1,000, just over £1,000, if you're spending that amount of money on a product like this, you would expect that you're going to end up not just playing in your bedroom on it, but you'll want to, the next step is to play parties, is to play small events, and you're probably going to need booth monitors for that. But there aren't any booth outputs. So that's something really worth noting before purchasing this product. Pioneer have labeled it as from bedroom to club, but there is a stepping stone for a lot of DJs between that bedroom set and that club gig. But fair enough, it does inherit a lot of those club industry standard features that are on the Pioneer CDJs and DJM mixers. So you do feel very comfortable moving from this onto a set of CDJs, for example. So that's where it kind of sits in the market. If your end goal is to be playing in clubs on the CDJ range, then this is sort of the cheapest option when it comes to USB devices. If, however, you are happy playing with a laptop involved in your setup, then I would 100% recommend to go for the Pioneer DDJ 1000. Just bear in mind that doesn't take USB, so you have to plug it into a laptop. But it's a much better unit. You've got the full-size jog wheels with the onboard displays. There's way more performance features if the performance features are what attract you to Rekordbox, and I definitely recommend. It's about a very similar price, maybe $100 difference. On the other end of the spectrum, if you can afford to spend a bit more, then I would definitely recommend just going for the higher end version. Go for the XDJ RX2 over the XDJ RR. Spend that bit of extra money, you get the better connectivity, especially with the booth output. And then something I haven't mentioned yet is the build quality. So this unit is all a plastic face, and I don't know if it just let me down a little bit coming from recently just reviewing the Pioneer DDJ 400, which is their new entry-level controller, around the £229 mark. This is £1,000, but the build feels very similar to that entry-level controller, whereas on the XDJ RX2, it's got a nice metal base plate. It feels sturdy as anything. There are big feet on it, which are almost absorption feet, which just sits really nicely on any table, and it just feels like a much stronger build quality. So that's something really worth noting, is when I unpackaged this, I did kind of feel a bit, I've spent £1,000 on this. So I just wanted a little bit better quality on that faceplate at least. The only other controller / all-in-one unit worth mentioning around this price bracket, it might be a little bit cheaper now, is the Denon MCX 8000, but the engine software is very different to Rekordbox, and it works with Serato DJ rather than the Rekordbox software. So you're kind of looking at it from a totally different angle, even though it does it plays in a similar way where it plays off a USB stick or off your laptop. They're totally different softwares to work with, and the end goal is probably going to be different for you as a DJ. But that's another product worth looking into if you're looking around this price bracket. If you've just got your hands on the XDJ RR, and hopefully this video has given you a bit more insight into what you can do with it, and maybe given you a few tips as how to use it. If you want to learn more, we have a complete Pioneer XDJ RX2 beginner and advanced DJ course online, and most of what's taught in those courses applies to this unit. If you want to check out a free lesson from one of those courses, just click the link that pops up in the card or below, and I hope to see you over on our website very soon. Remember, this is Jamie from Crossfader. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in another review video very soon.